Hello.
What's going on?
Hey, how's it going?
Going well, going well.
Nice. Okay, let's just hop right in. If you're down for that.
Yeah, I'm down for it. I don't know how this goes, so
All
I
right.
just watch the ones on YouTube, but so you can kind of lead it from there.
You just what?
I just watch the ones you post on YouTube. I don't know if you post all of them, but
I see. Okay, nice. Okay, so let's do the intro. Just say your tag, where you're from, how long you've been playing, and your goals for the game.
okay. Tag is pad thai for the most part, as far as like actually entering anything. Go by said noodles and more recently Omar coming because I just watched The Wire.
Mm-hmm.
um, I am from Florida, so I'm in the northern Florida area. I've been playing for like 10, maybe 12 plus years, but only decided to get like good in like the last like 1.5, 2 years.
Okay. And goals for the
Oh yeah.
game.
Goals for the game. Mostly just to get generally better. Three of these games that you've seen that I sent you are versus CPA. He's a kind of the one who inspired me to get like really good. So he's way better than me at this point. I just want to be able to beat him as like the most like I guess short term goal.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and then possibly later getting ranked in my region, which would be nice.
And possibly what?
Getting ranked in the region, which would be nice.
Okay. All right, sick. So we'll just work on beating this guy then.
Yeah.
All right. I will screen share. I think that's. Is that already working?
Why can't I make that bigger?
Do you happen to have like headphones or something? Because I can definitely hear myself talking.
Oh, I do, but my computer is kind of shit. Let me see if this works.
Go ahead.
Hello? There we go. Okay. That's actually way nicer.
Awesome, awesome.
Okay, cool. Thanks. All right. Screen share's working. Everything's all good.
Yeah, why can
You're very, very quiet all of a sudden, though.
I? I'm talking normally now. Is that fine?
It's quieter than before. I'm not sure if it switched which mic you were using or something. I guess it did because you're using the headset, right? That makes sense.
Yeah.
Or okay, so I guess gotta. You're already turned up pretty high though, volume wise. Um, like I already turned you up all the way. I guess I could just crank it a little bit more. Okay, say something.
Yeah. How's this?
Okay, I can just make it work. It's fine.
Okay.
As long as no other volume comes through my computer. I hope nobody Facebook messages me or something. Okay, so let's take a look. See what we've got. Let's see your regular Falco.
Yeah.
And like, what do you feel like has been going on in these matches?
For the most part, I definitely am one of the Falcos that struggles most versus Falco.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I always feel like anytime like I'm getting lockdown versus lasers, or like I can just get hit in a weird way, it always like resets me back to like beat one, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
And I just can't get back into like a flow of the game, if that makes sense too.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay, I like that you're generally doing like laser into aggressive mix up of some kind. That's pretty good. Okay, get reversal again. Hmm. How'd you get hit here?
Think he nared me.
Oh, you traded, that's why.
Yeah.
Hmm. Alright, I might have to watch for a second to figure something out. Okay. Okay. I think I'm probably just going to finish this match, but I definitely have some stuff to talk about.
Cool.
Okay. Let me think of the best way to describe it. So, a lot of the stuff that goes wrong for you, at least in this game, I would say like the majority of it is because you're not disciplined enough towards creating situations that you will like for sure win. A lot of like pretty much every time you get hit this game is like a situation where you don't have a clear win and you decide to just kind of go in anyway, and it just ends up getting you hit and punished. And then a lot of times you'll go for stuff that's like, oh, I'll just hit them, and then like you don't have like a combo in mind or any sort of like high value thing in mind. So then like, so it's basically like there's some situations where you need to outplay your opponent where you're not going for the outplays, and then sometimes you'll outplay them but with like moves and positioning that don't actually lead to getting like a kill. And so it ends up kind of being like you can randomly get hit by them all the time, but then like you also will kind of just hit them sort of weakly, and that's why you end up like not being effective enough to like really take a lot of stocks from people while simultaneously like not dying to stuff. So like I can go through and show some examples here. So okay, so this is good, except you usually want to do some form of like dash dance here. You don't really want to pull the trigger until you really see like what they're gonna do. So like when you start landing these, you know, Falco can take laser up tilt here, like take laser turn around up tilt. Falco could take laser full hop. Falco could take laser roll away. Falco could take laser like jab. There's all kinds of stuff that Falco could do here. And the match just started. We don't really know exactly what Falco is thinking here. And he's at very low percent. You got to be really careful like attacking Falco at low percent, because he can a lot of times just like CC here. And then even if you down air, he can a lot of times shine you, unless the down air is super duper ultra late, because he's at such a low percent. And he can CC shine the nair and stuff like that. So just by like CCing after this, there's a lot of options that he beats. By up tilting here, there's a lot of options that he beats. So you want to go for like laser and then a quick dash dance and then go in, or laser, quick dash dance, and then another laser. And you can always at some point just pull this out, like this laser down air in. But you just want it, like, because it's kind of risky and it's kind of like an all-in, you don't want to just immediately and always go for it. You want to, like, try to get more, like, setups where you have, like, a strong position like this, and you just sort of, like, bait them or kind of look, like, oh, are they going to spot dodge maybe? Or something like that, you know?
Yeah.
So that's one thing that's not really in line exactly with, like, my overview, but we'll get to that in a second. But it ends up getting you punished big time. And even if you hit him with this down air, you wouldn't have gotten like a combo. Because like, see where you land? You land like all the way over here, and he was kind of like right here. You definitely wouldn't have gotten a combo out of it, and it kind of like risks everything because you just get comboed. So you basically just like weren't careful, and that
Yeah.
got you punished. Okay. So then right here, you lose the laser control situation. So this is like not necessarily something that comes up a ton in this game, but it's like a really good lesson for the Falco Ditto in general, which is if they get laser control on you, like if they get you with a laser, you have a couple options. Like you can like if they high laser again, you can like duck under it and then laser. Or if they low laser, sometimes you can jump over it and laser. But the most reliable option is just to go to platform. So a lot of times when they hit me with a laser, I just dash back and wave land to the platform. And then I'll drop down or short hop off the plat. Like both of those are really good. Like drop through plat and short hop off plat with a laser. And sort of I'll sort of like, oh, you have your lasers out? I'm leaving. And then they're like, okay, laser, laser, laser. And I kind of like find a little gap and I jump in with my own laser. And then we play that game. And they're free to stalemate if they want. But that's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to let them like get a laser on me and then like just jump in and start pressuring me, you know?
Yeah.
Okay, so then this happens. It's kind of just like a mashy situation. It's fine. Scramble. It's all scrambles here. Okay. It happens. It was mostly the problem before of like letting yourself get put into this position. Like when you're actually here and then this happens, it's not like that big of a deal. You couldn't really do much to avoid it.
Yeah.
Okay, like jab. That nair was like okay. It seems like it might have been slightly like a misinput. Like you might have tried to jump forward a little farther with it. It's fine. Okay, so that was good. And that was good. Okay. Okay, I kind of just got like randomly hit. This is another one where you're like going for back air at low percent. Like you're basically doing like a hard read that Falco jumps into this, like thinking it's gonna be a down air or something,
Yeah.
and it just doesn't. Like you're just risking a lot. Like there's no reason that you have to go for something like this. Like you end up here, it's like you sort of sealed your fate because you go for this instant double jump, like this heavy commitment, and then you're like, oh, now I need to make it work. A lot of times I would like to do something here where I just like drift here and then laser back. Also, thanks Waff for the raid. Basically, you just kind of like super limited your options here by jumping, and then you feel like you have to come down with like some sort of gamble, and it's like that's not high value, you know, because it's like you're coming down and you don't have like good odds to land a big combo. Like they're at 0, you're at like perfect combo percent. There's just when you're in a position like this and you're kind of let's see, like right here, and you're kind of in like a bad spot, just shield for a second, you know. You can wave dash over here, you can like dash dance. You a lot of times in this matchup the dash momentum's really important, because the difference is like, you know, you can dash short hop to here, dash full hop all the way to the opposite side plat. Whereas if you get caught in like this sort of like standing drift momentum type thing, it's just a lot easier for them to, even if this Falco didn't like take, like basically he can also decide here not to take the 50-50. Magi is really good here at like just like retreating, and then she comes back in with a laser right as you land, and now you're just in like a really bad spot.
Got it. Yeah, I was definitely just hell scared in that moment.
Okay, so then weird scramble thing happens. It's fine. Okay, so you get the laser trade. It's like so it's like if you get this laser trade here, you know, you clearly don't have like an advantage. So just by going like, and there are accessible stalemates, because that's the thing, is if you're so close that or you're in like lag in a certain way where there's no available stalemate, like you're forced to scramble. There's certain spots against Fox where like you literally can't get away no matter what you do. So you have to fight it out. But here, if like you trade these lasers, there's no reason to like go for an aggro option. You can just move back and then like play with the lasers until you get something good. I feel like you sort of, from watching this, it's like you kind of like feel this like combative flow type of thing where like you'll sort of separate, and then like when the fighters kind of come closer together and there's kind of like this like sort of fighting energy, you sort of just try to hit them every time when that happens. And in those situations, you want it to feel like whoever pulls the trigger first is wrong. That's like a lot of times how like better neutral works, is like whoever is the one who really just goes in out of nowhere for no reason. Like if you go in for a reason, that's fine, but you're going in for no reason. Those are that you want that to be punished. You don't want to be the guy that's like, well, we were even on frames and I just went in and you were slow, so I got you. You know, you want it to be like, we were even on frames and I took a safe option. If you decided to all in me, I beat you. If you also took a safe option, we'll continue just playing the neutral game until I win. And
right.
It's not as just like it's not as playful. Like a lot of times Melee at like decent level is very like playful, and it's very like fun, like, oh, they're kind of like in this spot, and so like, yeah, like I'll go for that, and you just kind of like throw out your move and see what happens. That doesn't like breed consistency. There's not a lot of consistency with that, because it's just kind of like whenever there's a fight happening, I just kind of toss myself in, and it doesn't lead to like you like four stocking this guy, you know? It leads to kind of just like this sort of very friendly trade back and forth of stocks, because you're not really like doing anything that makes it so that like your play is really like on a different level from theirs. So it just ends up as kind of like, all right, we'll just kind of throw our moves at each other, and whoever wins will win. And it looks like they're maybe hitting a little bit harder than you, which not like that much harder, but just enough that like you probably have to like be a little bit better than them to win off of like neutral gamble type stuff. So the goal is you just don't want to be gambling like that. Eventually you're going to have to take some risks, but you want to like only really do it when you have like a big advantage. And like, yeah, like again, like you take this spot where you do instant double jump, and then you're in this, you don't decide to drift to plat and play it safe. You just like instant double jump, and now I'm coming down on you. Like this is not winning. Like they're going to spot dodge, they're going to power shield shine, they're going to move out of the way and they just like grab you or hit you. It's just really lazy to be like, I'm going to use all my options. Now I have nowhere to go except right on you, and then I'm going to go on you and, you know, see what you can do. And it's like that. It just puts too much of the control of the match on your opponent. You want to like retain your options and look for opportunities, like actual opportunities. This is not an opportunity. This is like an attempt. You just like saw them there, and you're like, all right, let's run it. And so it's like you're here, and you're just like in double jump, and you just come in, and it's like not like it's just lazy. Got to make it a little bit less fun. Like it was when you just see like this random opportunity, you can't just like immediately like go for it.
Right.
Because it's like right here too, where it's like you end up in this spot out of the pressure, and you just immediately like, rather than like, because they got this big combo on you, and you're like, okay, I can just get out of the combo. You got out of the combo, but then instead of just like resetting to continue playing the game, you're like, oh, I gotta hit him. They're like, they're close by, they missed the combo, hit, and this back air is not even gonna do that much if it hits. Like it's not a combo starter. You didn't try to like shine here or do like a mix up and then forward throw them off stage or anything. It's just like, give me a hit. I just want to hit. And that's not going to like, it doesn't have like a big payoff, and you're creating a bunch of risk. Like you had the opportunity to like retreat here, get laser control, establish some sort of advantage. Like you already have some of an advantage because they're in the corner, but it looks like maybe that triggers you into just immediately attacking. You don't want to hit him with a back air, right? You want to hit him with like lasers, and then you want to like late down air into this big shine combo. So if you don't have an opportunity to set up this big brutal combo, you should just leave and wait until you have a chance to actually set up the big brutal combo. Does that make sense?
Oh yeah, perfect sense.
Okay. So, okay, you're kind of getting disadvantage state combo, whatever. There's the back air again. Okay, you get a combo. Same for this up air. This up air is just like, I don't know, maybe it hits. Like, I just kind of feel like hitting them. Like, you're in a position like this, and they're here. There's nothing wrong with this position at all. You have perfect center stage on the ground. All you have to do is kind of like look around for openings, see what they're doing, maybe laser them from the side plat. You can full hop above them, like you can full hop like this, and just kind of threaten for a second and then come back down. There's all kinds of stuff you can do here, but you just kind of like run in an up air for no reason. And it doesn't work out. It doesn't, like, you don't get killed for it, but it also kind of bad.
Yeah.
In your favor, a point to your favor is the other Falco does the exact same thing a second later. And I think this is just probably how you're used to, like, playing, where it's just like, whoever feels like it just kind of throws out a move at the other guy. And it's like, that doesn't, like, you're not going to, like, win consistently off of that.
That's definitely how a lot of our sessions goes.
What's up?
That's definitely how a lot of our sessions goes.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Whatever. It's like a weird disadvantage state. Not a big deal. Okay, and you get that up air. It's fine because you're like invincible. It's whatever. Okay, good. Okay, so this was partially good, and then okay, look, this is actually a really easy fix right here. So you get hit, you get pressured, you roll out. This is good. You decide to get away and establish some kind of like laser superiority, which is good. But then you mess up. Okay, so you mess up. You mess up, and this will happen all the time. You mess up on getting the laser superiority back, and so now you've lost the laser situation, and you see them coming in here like this. This is a situation where you go, okay, I messed up. I need to I'm still in disadvantage. Disadvantage should make you think I need to reset. I need to get to a safe spot, and then I'll come back in and start my good stuff again. And so when you're here and you're feeling this pressure, you want to just full hop out of the way, leave to the platform. You can roll back again here and just establish even more space to take platform or do whatever you want. But you take it and you're immediately like, oh, I'll just use my double jump to get rid of all my options, and then I'll fall right on him. And it's like, yeah, that's... Somehow it works, but you don't deserve it. Like, because they could have very easily countered it with a spot dodge like they did the previous time. And so you get a combo out of it, but ultimately, like, that wasn't off of a good opening. That back air was fine. Because you were, like, walling them with it. Okay, that was okay. And then this whole thing here, you just kind of play the advantage state until you take the stock. But, like, that, there's no reason for that to be so close, except for the fact that, like, you just gave them a bunch of freebies from being lazy. And I feel like sometimes there's almost, like, a pressure to be lazy. Because you're like, well, they're being lazy, and, like, we've been lazy every time. And, like, you should just keep being lazy. It's kind of fun. But then, like, it doesn't really lead to, like, improvement. Like, if you're just having fun with, like, the same person consistently, then a lot of times, like, you know, nobody's really getting better. One of the people should feel like they're like trying to get an edge. A lot of times. Okay, so let's see.
I think this is the one where he rinses me.
Stomp me, I think that's what it's called. Yeah, okay, so remember, you're trying to do, like, okay, so obviously this was a mistake. I'm not sure what you tried to do here. You tried to short hop laser? Okay, so that's fine. You end up here. Going for this down air is lazy. Because, you know, from right here, short hop over here, short hop to here, turn around laser, maybe full hop over to here, drop through laser. You have all these safe ways to get down. And it's like, why do you want a safe way to get down? It's like, well, because when you get down, then you can use your lasers. And your lasers are really how you're going to, like, get a real advantage. Because if you just play, like, a laserless Falco Ditto, like, yeah, you can win off of positioning and stuff like that. But there's not a real way to, like, big outplay. Like, Falco's big outplay tool is the laser. So you want to get, like, lasers on them and then outplay using that. And so when you're right here, it just kind of happens again where they're just kind of like near you, and you're just like, oh, they're near me, I can hit them and then I'll get a combo. And it's like, what? Like, no, you didn't. Like, you don't have an advantage. You should only try to really hit your opponent, like swing, like, you know, rush in and try to hit them. You should only do that when you're in some form of, like, advantage state. Like, they're like caught in lag, or, you know, they're caught in a spot with less options, like they're caught in the air or without their double jump or in free fall, or they roll and then you're like, well, I don't have like time to hit them out of the lag, but I can pressure them out of it, and then they're stuck in shield. You know, in shield, like that's another advantage state for you. You want to look for spots where you have an advantage before you fight. If you don't have an advantage and you fight, you know, almost by definition, like if the neutral situation is 50-50, like dead even, there's no advantage either way, and you decide to fight, you're just flipping a coin. And I would say that this isn't even an even position because they can just move around on the ground and you're just running off the platform. I don't even think this is like good for you. And like, yeah, literally look at what happens. It's because you're like, all right, I'll take it, and they're like, okay, well I didn't take it, you took it, and then they just get a laser, and then now they get this pressure on you, and you're stuck shielding, and they get this big pressure, and they get a combo out of it. And it wasn't because of any of this, except for the fact that you just like, I'll just down here. It doesn't matter. Nothing bad could happen. Oh, you got hit.
Right.
This is just like a thing in the Ditto in general, is that like short hop off the side plat is like really, really strong with both aerial and laser. And you just have to be crazy ready for it. Like when you're on the ground and they're on the side plat and you're shooting lasers, you need to be really ready to like laser dash back to beat this. Because it'll happen a lot. Okay. Yeah, he just gets you again. This is just literally like a basic like spacing thing. There's nothing I can tell you except just like don't let yourself get hit by that.
Okay.
Like just know that when he's on the side plat, it's probably coming. Like, he has really two options. It's like the short hop laser or the short hop aerial. And they're both really strong. And you're probably not going to be able to, like, really hit them for it. A lot of times I'll do something here where, like, right here, maybe I do, like, full hop waveland off of this. And then I'll down air them, like, get above them. Or just retreat and land my own laser. I kind of like going to the platform here. Because if they do a short hop laser instead, I still avoid the laser. There's just, you just don't want to let this, because like, dude, your opponent like, that's the funny thing is like, I feel like there's like a social element to this somehow, because I feel like your opponent is playing on like the same frequency as you, where your opponent is like, oh, here we are, like even position, yeah, whatever, you know what, I'm gonna dive in a down air, and then it just works, and they're like, yeah. And so it's like, I feel like you both kind of do the same thing to each other. And it's just sort of like the culture is just like, yeah, throw out a random move and then you hit. Okay, what is even going on? Okay, miss input looks like. Get stuck in the corner. You're working your way out. Okay, it's fine. Ooh, yeah. And this was fine by you, like, in terms of approach, because you got this approaching laser, and then they shielded, and now you have an advantage position, so it's totally okay to try to attack out of this advantage position. Only issue is you just down it too early. Yeah. So they got the shine. But if you down it a little bit later, that was perfect. Okay, got the up tilt. Let's see. Yeah, you're kind of locked in this, like, fight mode, but it wasn't too ridiculous there. It was just, like, nobody wanted to leave the corner. And when you do these lasers, you don't want to do these, actually. Like, you don't want to do the double laser. And the reason is because if you do the single laser, it looks like you're going to aerial. But if you do this double laser, they can tell already up here that you're doing lasers. So you can't do like one laser aerial, you know, they know a second laser's coming, and so it makes you really easy to just predict and hit. Okay, you get lasered. Okay, did the same laser again. Now you're just kind of getting hit. Yeah. This part looks like you're kind of like confused. You're like, man, how am I down 4-1? And they just keep hitting you. So I'm just gonna kind of ignore that. Okay.
I feel like you might find more of the same in the.
What's up?
You might find more of the same in the next one too.
Okay. Yeah, and I'm gonna look for other stuff also. It's just like a lot of times when there are these big issues like that, they just kind of keep coming up.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I just think it's so funny that you both did like walk away approaching laser. Like like right here you both just move away and then you're like it's like a western, standoff or something. Like you like duel and you take 10 steps back and then you both just dive in at each other with the laser. It's just really funny cuz like neither of you is actually trying to like win. Like it's just really, like neither of you actually like cares to like live to see tomorrow. Like you're both just like, if I die, I die. Like approaching laser, and then I'll mass shine better than him. And it's like, is that really like the best way to like win? I don't think so. Like you want to feel like they can't hit you, and you can hit them. And if you just do this, there's no way. There's no way to create that situation. Yeah, it's funny. You both did mass shine out of it. And it's just like, yeah, this is fun, right? This is super fun. But it's not competitive. Like there's like neither of you is actually really trying to win this. And you could say you are, but I can tell that like if there was like $1 million on the line, neither of you would be doing these lasers. Guaranteed. Sure. And so I think it's just like you got to be a little bit more like ruthless in the way you play, and a little bit more like you will hit me 0 times and I will 0 death you 4 times, and like obviously that's not going to happen. That's too idealized, right? But you want to be pushing towards that ideal of I am never hit, I combo them to death every time I touch them. You want to be pushing that as hard as you can. And so if there's a situation where you might get hit, and you might even get hit, like, this is, like, identical, like, you both might get hit. This is, like, a pretty dead even situation outside of, like, the slightly earlier laser from them. But you want to try to set up, like, advantages, not just go for, like, even stuff. Because then, they got the big combo, and, and it's like, dude, like, neither of you, like, earned this at all. You just dove in, just spam buttons at each other, and then you messed up your air dodge, and he got it, and he's like, yeah, I always told you I was the better Falco. And it's like, dude, like, you're just, like, you both just ran each other and threw out moves. Like, there's no better Falco here. You're both bad. Okay. And then attacking into the ledge is just lazy. Even if people are kind of, like, lazy off of ledge, like they just do double laser every time or something, a lot of times it's better to just not try to punish it, because if you're playing against a really good player, they can eventually just ledge dash everything on you. Not really good to like execution test it. In tournament, whatever, you can do whatever you want. Like sometimes you just notice somebody's messing up all their ledge dashes, you want to hit them. But like in practice and you're trying to get better, you want to respect the ledge as if they're, pretend you're playing against the most cracked player in the world off the ledge at any given point is like good for practice.
Okay, for sure.
I noticed you do a bunch of these nairs. Do you know why these nairs happen, right? Like you're trying to do the full drift nair, but you're letting go of forward during your jump squat. So you're dashing in to do this nair, but then like you let go of forward while you're jumping, and so you end up with like these little dinky nairs. But what you want is like the full drift ones, so you can like cross up and like combo with them and stuff like that. This happened a couple times, so just be aware of that, like tech skill wise.
Gotcha. That might be a timing thing, just because like in my head I probably don't want to do that or hold forward because I'm gonna get a fair instead.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, you gotta wait until you're in the air to do like the nair.
Yeah.
Doing like full drift frame 1 nair is not really super doable consistently. So a lot of times I just short hop and then I'll do the nair. Because getting this short nair is just not that useful. Okay, nice. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. Like, when you end up here, this is good. You just play the advantage and you get your kill. It's just that, like, to get the advantage, you gotta, yeah, disrespecting the ledge. And that's how you get hit. And it's like, yeah, like, you just get hit. Like, it's like you didn't have to get hit here. You could have just kept playing the game, but you chose to get hit. Like, jump in, disrespect the ledge, get hit. And it's like, those add up. Those add up a lot throughout the game of, like, if you hadn't gotten hit there, you know, maybe you could have died off of that. And you didn't, but, like, not getting hit there can end up as, like, pretty significant. Okay. Weird grab, no worries. That is, like, not something I'll judge you for. I would have thought the grab would hit, too. Okay. Dude. Like, you're, like, there's no, like, sense of, like, alright. Like, so I've been thinking about this a lot lately, that a lot of times Falco, like, it feels like Falco is, like, an explorer or something, and, like, you have to, like, tame or deal with all these, like, wild animals, which is, like, all the other characters and, like, players in the game. And Falco is kind of just like a zookeeper, where he, like, you know, he has technology, he can, like, control the situation, but you don't want to, like, if you are fighting, you know, like, if you have, like, a long electric stick, and you're trying to, you know, subdue some, like, large, scary animal, you're not just gonna, like, try to, like, get inside as fast as you can, you know? You're gonna try to, like, you know, apply some range. Like, you're not gonna just run in, you know? Like, if you're like on, like, pest control or something, and you're like, you have to get this raccoon, and you just, like, run at the raccoon and try to grab it with your hands, and it's like, that is not gonna be your best results on how to get that raccoon. Like, you're just gonna get scratched up and everything. Like, it's gonna be really bad. So it's like, your opponent is dangerous. You're not registering danger here. Like, you're just not. Like, that's just the truth. Like, there's no calculation of danger. You're just like, we're just playing a game for fun. They're over here. I'm going to jump over, and I'm going to hit them, and it'll be great, and it'll be fun. We'll have a good time. And it's like, you're just risking everything for no reason. And you get punished out of it. See, look. Okay, watch your opponent here. They're respecting you as dangerous. Like CPA, he's actually respecting you here. So look, you come down here. If he wasn't respecting you, he would probably just attack, like right here. Probably just like full hop, waveland off, down air, or something. Or jump in. What he does, he moves back just in case you attack. Like, just in case you jump in and attack. He's ready. He's being safe. He gets the laser. He thinks he's going to have a laser advantage, but he doesn't. There's a trade. So what does he do? He's like, okay. Does he go in? No. He's like, oh, you might be coming in with this nair. You know, he needs to avoid this. So he's keeping himself safe. You throw out the nair. He's like, oh, didn't get hit by that. Gets the laser. This time there's no trade. Now he has an advantage. So he decides to use this moment to approach with the nair, and he gets it into the combo. And then he literally kills you out of it. I'm assuming he kills you out of it. Okay. He should have killed you out of it. But this is the idea. This is what I want you to be doing. Like, where you're like, okay, I'm going to see this spot where this isn't an advantage yet. I'll be safe. It's still not an advantage. Be safe. It's still not an advantage. Oh, got the advantage. Bam, 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 bam. You're dead. You know, that's what you want. Okay, let's see. You just kind of get invincibility right there. No worries. Okay, lasers, lasers, lasers. Nice, nice. Okay, what just happened here? Look like you mess up. Like, because this was good where you get these little jabs, you get the damage, you go for the down air here to catch the wave dash in. Stalemate, I guess he just catches you somehow with this laser thing. It's kind of awkward. Okay, that was okay. The problem with this back air is he's at too low of a percent, you know? Like, if he was like 80, this would be a great back air. But it's not, so probably short hop off, turn around laser, establish lasers, get an opening. Okay. Okay, at least you respected the ledge, and you got the dash dance. It's like you respected the ledge here, you moved away, and then you literally read the spot dodge and hit him. Good. Okay, nice. Now that backer is useful. Okay, you got the edge guard. That's good. Okay, let's see here.
Was it a double? Yeah, it was a double.
All right, I think I figured out. I think I figured out something. So you said you usually lose to this person, right?
Yeah.
Okay, they're like it might be subconsciously, but they're definitely like playing you. Like they're definitely doing a thing where like they have for fun mode where you go back and forth, and in this back and forth mode, I feel like probably what happens is that you feel like when you're playing well, you can win, and if you're not playing as well, then they win, and you can both have fun with this. But it looks like that when they want to win, they start turning up the safety, and you don't really register it, and you think you're still playing for fun. So
Okay.
I feel like they're kind of playing you because they're like, yeah, we're both playing for fun. We're just going to have a good time, throw out a bunch of moves. And you're like, yeah, I'm down. I'll just throw out a bunch of moves. And they're like, now I'll play safe and wait for you to throw out moves. And then it feels like you don't really like catch on to that. So you just got to be like, I'm going to, play serious and, try to win the whole time. At least when you want to. Yeah, see, like right here, look, they're ahead. Okay, yeah, look at this. This is crazy. This is so funny. This is so funny.
He's gonna die when he hears that too.
Yeah, so look at this. So he's gonna play pretty safe here, I think, from what I remember. Okay, well, he gets the invincibility stuff. Plays the advantage. Okay, let's see. Yeah, holds you in the corner, gets the laser. Plays the clean edge guard. And then it's like, all right, now. Oh, yeah, buddy, we're just playing for fun. Let's just RNG back and forth. Yeah, ha, ha, ha. Look, I'll run in and down air you. I'll run in and down air. Look, ha, woo, yeah, I'm just running in, man. We're just having fun together. And you're like, yeah, we're having fun. We're having fun. I'll throw out moves. And it's like, no, dude, they've got you. They've got you in their clutches. Look at it. They've got you just throwing out moves when you're a whole stock down. You're going to trade a bunch of damage like you did, and you're going to be at a bad spot.
Jeez.
It's just really funny to watch. It's like getting kind of manipulated. And they might not even realize they're doing it, or like they might realize it but not like fully, because I've done stuff like that before where I'll do something like that and not really realize it, but like it's still really funny to watch. Okay, so then this is a new Falco.
Yeah, this is someone I played on unranked.
All right.
I had a decent session with.
Okay, here's look at this. So you get the laser, and it stalemates. So if you are dead serious, top of the world in 2040, like you're playing perfect of all perfect melee, when this situation, you should just reset and just like, yeah, I got my 3% and they didn't. Like that is an advantage. If you can down air them, and they can't really down air you. That's something. But like you kind of just like, I don't know, like you take this little laser, like up air, like what is this gonna do? It's not gonna do anything. It's not accomplishing your goals. You don't really want to do that. And then yeah, you just kind of go for the downers. Remember right here, because I feel like you feel kind of trapped here. Really good option here: dash, short hop off, turnaround laser. Like dash, short hop off, turnaround laser. Really, really strong. You just kind of like mash at them. Okay, tech skill. Okay. Just clean it up. Okay, during invincibility, please just like go to side plat and light shield. Like right here. You chill in center. Like right here. Or like off to the side, fine. And then when they do this, like, well, okay, so normally they drop through and then you just jump to side plat. Like they drop, as soon as they go through the top plat, you jump here. But they jumped up here. So all you have to do is just run to center and then roll to whichever side they go to. So if you were here and they did this, you just roll back this way. It's just kind of like it's just one of those things where it's just like every time they come back invincible, if you avoid them every single time, it starts to add up a lot. Yeah. Compared to if they hit you like half the time or something. Okay, at least this one looks like you're trying to play a little bit more cautious at least. Not super working, but okay, I like that. So right here, is you get this, why not just do the same thing again? Like, you got these lasers established. You're like, oh, lasers established, lasers. And you go for this downer, which was totally good. Then they miss. Why not right now just do laser, laser again, like right here, same range, you know? You have a frame advantage. So I would say try to stick to that plan a little bit more, like the laser advantage thing. Don't get sucked into stuff like this when you have an advantage. Because then it kind of makes it, like, you get rid of your advantage and now you're just kind of moving around the plats. Okay, if it hit you. Alright, that whole stock was just kind of dumb. Okay.
Some shenanigans.
That's fine. Yeah, nice shine of shield, good. Hey, I like this. I like this. So look, you get this. You get your shine out of shield here, which was good. You try to capitalize, but you miss it. You go over here, you do your one little pressure jump to see what they do. You don't overextend. You retreat, and then they do that. You go back to center, and you do this, which is good. One thing, a habit I would say you probably get rid of is these weird wave dashes. You do this, I've noticed, I was kind of looking to see if you did it every time, and you do it every time, which is like, instead of just, like here, you can literally just like retreating laser. Like, you can short hop this way, and then just laser back to the left. And it'll be way quicker than like running all the way over and backflipping or whatever. And you do kind of like the even slower option, which is like first you run over and then you wave dash, and then once you're here, then you do a turnaround laser. And it's like, dude, you could have just dashed turnaround lasered and gotten a laser out like 30 frames sooner. And I think that is something that you've done almost every time, so it's something to keep in mind. Whew. Yeah, and you just need to be really prepared for these downers off the plat. Like, when they're here, you gotta be down to, like, shield here. Actually, you got hit out of the empty land leg. Oh, that's such a weird spot. So one thing that I would say here is don't laser when your opponent is, like, above you like this. Because this laser can't really do anything. Like, you get this is good. They get up here. What is this laser targeting, you know?
Yeah.
Like, because they're already up here. So this was just like a bad laser. Got you hit. Okay. Nice punish. Okay, and this is just the invincibility thing again. Like, if you play the invincibility right and you watch them carefully and you look for your safe spot, you are a stock ahead here. But because you don't do that, you just die. Really important to keep in mind. There's a lot of mileage there. Okay, I guess, but there's just no plan here. The only plan here is die. Like, you're just like, die, die, die. It's like, no. Like, get your lasers set up. Every stock should feel kind of the same. Like, every stock should feel very similar. Should feel like, okay, like, you should be trying to make the stocks feel similar. Like, you should be trying to, like, I got my kill, they come back invincible, I do the platform runaway thing, I avoid it, they're trying to laser me, I go to plats, I come down with my own lasers, I pressure them, I hit them, I get my combo, I kill them, they come back, I do the runaway thing. You want to try to force that, like, every single stock. You don't want it to be like, well, last stock I did these lasers, so this stock I'm just kind of jump around and full hop when they jump at me. It's like you're deviating too much from, like, the game plan, from what you know is good.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Okay, nice. I like that. It's like slightly risky to do like 3 in a row like that, but like it worked out and not too bad, so. Okay. This is fine. You didn't disrespect the ledge, so that was good. But you still got just kind of rando hit here from not reacting out of the laser. Even then, I don't think that should have killed you. Yeah, you slid off. Yeah, you just, okay, you missed your shorten. Because you could have definitely just done, like shortened the ledge here. Easy peasy, survive. Or upbeat a ledge, but probably shorten. Okay. This. Nice. Okay. Little bit of edge disrespect, but it could have been worse. Get out of there. Okay. Yeah, you did this thing again where you're just kind of like, you're like, man, I don't really have any comfortable openings. So what if I made one with this random attack? And it's like, no. Just you can just leave and you can come back. Like right here, you feel kind of like uncomfortable. Just go to the side plat. You know, full hop off the side plat, change your positioning, get in a comfortable position. There's no reason to like all in. No reason to all in there. Kind of happens here too. Just because like you're going for all these moves when they're at 0 instead of just like lasering, like short hop away laser, set up all your stuff.
Right, yeah.
Oh, you just get CC'd. Okay, that's brutal. Okay, I want to show you a couple things. One sec, my controller is in my backpack. Let me grab it. What are your thoughts so far?
No, it's been really good. I think a lot of it too, I had in mind when coming into this. Definitely on like the patience thing and like pressing even when I have no advantage.
Mm-hmm.
Just like specifically looking at it from a different perspective has been helpful too, and I get to like write a bunch of notes on it as you're talking, so that's why I'm kind of like yeah. But otherwise, it's been super helpful.
Okay, sick. Okay, let me just go over a couple of things that I wanted to... Oh, wait a minute. I think I might have done this in the wrong order. Okay. There you go. Oh, what? Weird. Okay. One sec. This is so loud. Just gonna mute it. Okay. Weird. Okay, I don't know why it's doing that all of a sudden. Okay, so this is the thing I was talking about, where you're up here and you feel this pressure to like run off down air because they're like maybe like right here, and you feel this pressure to do this, but in reality they're just gonna like sit here and up tilt you, or they'll just shield it, shine out a shield, or they'll literally just go like this, dash dance grab you, or they'll just happen to do like retreating laser, approaching laser, or something like that. So instead of this, you can do this, and then you do this like that. That's the pattern to do here. And you can even do stuff where you could kind of like this, like where you kind of mix it up, like you're gonna kind of see what they're gonna do, and then you can kind of do this, or like I said, you just come down with this. And a lot of times, a lot, what'll happen is I do something like that, and then it'll be like, okay, so they'll do like that, where I get like a jump over, and then they do that, and then I'll get this type of opening because they up tilted there. Because if I was like, oh, I ran off and I did this, and then just up tilt me and bad things will happen, whereas if I do this, then I have center stage, I have a really good position. I also do it when people are like trying to go like here, like if let's say I'm here, and then let's see, how am I gonna do this? Okay, so here, and then I'm here. Oh, okay, I have to save this differently. Okay, here, save, and then so so it's something like this, where they do like this, and then the issue with that is like they kind of come in on you, so I would do something like this, and then I'll just jump away here, like that. So it's like, oh, if they come in on me, sometimes I'll come up and I'll do this, depending on their approach, but a lot of times I'm just down to like, oh no, they're right underneath me, okay, I'll do this, because this just happens a lot, like that type of stalemate, and then now I'm the Falco coming in. And you can kind of like loop around in a circle, like of kind of doing this over and over with people sometimes, but it's useful because like every time that happens, you get some form of like a mix-up, you know, and you can read them going up here, or you can do like this, and then you jump up and you hit them for trying to go like high. Let's see. What's the other thing I was gonna mention? Yeah, and like the double jump down air thing is just, you just super limit your options too much. I would much prefer just full hopping, because when you full hop, you know, you get so much. You get this, you get, you know, you can move around here. You just have a lot more options to like move around the stage. Whereas like this instant double jump is like, yeah, it's like slightly faster. Like, yeah, if you're coming down, and in certain characters, maybe like Sheik, where like this is really important to get this slight difference. But like a lot of times, you in the Ditto, having the stalemate from the full hop is so important. Just being able to jump like this is way more important than like getting a slightly faster punish on the down air. So just like keeping your options open and like getting the lasers and then going for the mix-up, rather than like being too focused on like, oh, you're here and then yeah, yeah. You know, it's like, nah, it's very fun, but it's not as effective as like staying focused on like setting up the setups that you actually care about, you know?
Yeah.
Okay. We have like 4 minutes left. What do you want to do?
I don't really have too many questions off the top of my head.
Okay.
A lot of it does really boil down to just not going in as soon as I feel that I can go in, whether or not that's the right move or not.
And making sure that like you try to go in with like trying to keep the stocks like samey, you know, trying to get the same sort of openings every stock, rather than like making it like too dynamic, where like you're going for different things each stock, you know, like different things will naturally happen, but you want to try to push it towards that like samey type thing.
Yeah, for sure. And also you gave me like a good amount of options in those situations to consider also. So as I'm playing more, I'll try to keep those in mind and look at these notes.
Mm-hmm. All right. Sounds good then. I'll send you like my payment info.
Okay.
If you have any extra questions or like a clip you have recorded or something, feel free to just DM me it, and I can like answer some small questions for you there.
Got it.
Yeah, otherwise, I think it was a good lesson. Good luck implementing this stuff, and I'll talk to you later.
All right. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Peace.